All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harachachwadash, that belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. Greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect up there. Shalom unto you, your brother Shaquat with a quick video here. And just wanted to touch on this because, man, I mean, I let it speak for itself, and I'll make a little commentary on it. You know, it'll be spiritual, so let's check it out.
I'm not like no expert on the subject by any means, but I'm like 99% sure that was Godzilla I just heard. Is this, we finally getting to the season finale, bro? Like, is this it for us? I'm not like no expert.
All right, and the answer is yes. Okay, the answer to that is yes and yes. Okay, this is the season finale. We are at the end, all right? But we're at the end of this age, all right? We're at the end of this age. This ain't the end of the earth. It's the end of this age. The end of Esau's rulership, the end of the rulership of wickedness and witchcraft, all right? And it's only right. Okay, it's only right that it happens this way. All right? Because when you really add up everything that's happening in the earth, crazy storms, crazy fires, just economic collapse, World War III is one combating, situation to starting it off for the world. I mean, everything is on edge. The whole world is on inflation. Okay, everything is on edge, man. Okay, food is in crises, pandemic. Okay, everything is happening. Okay, pestilences, all of this is happening in these last days. There's crazy storms and earthquakes, all of this stuff. And believe it or not, there's greater to come. And I'm glad he said what he said. That sound. Okay, let's not forget who you call Godzilla, but the scriptures label Leviathan is still going to show up in this thing. Okay? Yes, Leviathan is going to be here as the final level, the season finale. Okay, that's still going to be a part of what's happening. Let's not mention Yahushua and the angels also being around in these last days. Okay? With a so-called UFO invasion. All right, and I'm just going to hit a couple precepts just to illustrate the points. All right, I'm not going to dwell on it, but yeah, man. I mean, we've hit that point where it's complete crises in the world, man. We're seeing floods, we're seeing droughts. How you see floods and droughts, heat waves, everything happening all at once? Okay? Oh, it's because there's more cameras. No, it's not just because there's more cameras. Okay, there's not just because of volcanic activity, all of this stuff. It's not just because there's more cameras to watch it. Not in the earth. Okay? Not to this degree. Now let me grab some precepts. Romans chapter 13 verse 11, and that knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep. You can't keep acting like you don't see this stuff happening. Okay? Now is high time to awake out of sleep. It says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Those that have been fighting for their salvation, now we're closer to that salvation coming. Those that know that we're going through certain things, that the earth has certain perils set before it, now is our salvation from these things nearer than when we believe. Is it going to be hell to go through to get there? Of course. Okay, this is where your faith will be tested. The faithful will be tested in these days. The elect will do the things necessary to make it through. Okay? And the incredulity and the disbelief of the people will be gone. Let me hit this right quick since I've mentioned this. Romans 3:3. For what the Son did not believe, shall the unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid. Let God be true. And how do we know what God is? His word is written in the Bible from a perspective that the human mind can't comprehend. Okay? And it's written for us to, only if we have the Holy Spirit, to be able to interpret it. Okay? If we're moved by the Holy Spirit. If you're not People can't get it. The book is sealed, and now the seals are being opened, okay? As the scriptures say, in the last days this will happen, okay? According to the book of Revelation. All right, it says, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sins when we prophesy, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. That we have fear, and we move with fear towards Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All right, now let me give you some of these perils. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. All right, these are the things that are going to be happening in these days. All right, well, I grab Joel, the 3rd chapter. These are the things that's going on in these times, okay? It tells you, verse 2, Joel 3 and 2. Wow, demons out here, man. I mean, it's just busy. Anyway, it says, and I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay, so we get salvation in these days, but look what it say further down. All right, we'll get to the point. Let's see. 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Where's the one I really want? So I 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Talking about World War III. Okay, beat your plowshares into swords, your agricultural, put your energy away from that, from your own food, towards war. Okay, and we see that happening in these smaller countries that go against these mighty larger countries, first world countries, the Americas, the Russias, the Chinas. Okay, and then we're seeing these smaller countries like the North Koreas, like the Middle Eastern countries, Irans, so on and so forth, build up in certain, even African nations, build up their military might. Okay, and we know that Russia's being a guard unto a lot of those other nations. Okay, it says, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, just as strong as those first world countries with their defenses. Okay, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Call thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. What's those mighty ones, man? The angels will come down. Okay, let them all come down. Let everybody come down to this thing. Okay, let's go to Daniel. We're just hitting just a few, just to kind of hit the point. And at that time shall Michael, Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Okay? Showing you that it's going to be a major troubling, a major dangerous time that Michael, the archangel, is going to have to come up and protect the people, the elect, okay, of the nation of Israel. Okay? Showed you that the book was shut in verse 4. There's another verse in here that I wanted. Sealed. Just double checking. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I'll just go with what they got in here. This is, I Googled it and it just kind of hits the point where I can hit them quick. Job 41, it says, canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with the cord that thou lettest down? And it's taught about, do man upon earth, or even Job, have the power as the Most High has to draw out Leviathan? Okay, can thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Because the Most High has control over Leviathan. Okay, there's another one, Psalm 104. It says, as if to deny the sea is outside God's creative purpose, right? Verse 25 lists that the sea and its creatures is among those things God made in wisdom. Verse 26 emphasizes this wisdom by naming Leviathan the great sea monster. As a part of God's plan, there go the ships and Leviathan that form you to sport in it. Okay? Showing you how this gets down. Yeah, that's going on. Let's see if they got something to purpose. Yep. It's commentary to something else. Yep, and it's funny. Psalm 74 and 14. He was enormous and the mightiest creature that inhabited the earth. His skin was covered in scales that acted as armor. Each scale was the size of a shield, and none of them could be penetrated by any type of weapon. Okay, and that's describing Leviathan. Okay, so the Leviathan's in the scriptures. Okay, these Godzilla movies come out of the scriptures. All right, let's not act like that. They come out of the scriptures, but it shows you that the Most High has control even of Leviathan. All right, He even has control of Leviathan and what Leviathan does. Okay, which, as we said, Leviathan is also known as Godzilla for some of the people that talk like that, okay, or a dinosaur or whatever. All right, but hey, you think that movie just somebody just made that movie up? This, oh, what if this happened? No, man, it was something that they got out of the scriptures. All right. Okay, Acts 14 verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, those believers, the elect, okay, the real, true people that believe in this thing, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of heaven. So we got to go through all of these situations before we enter into the kingdom of heaven. Second Esdras. Okay, I'm just hitting them real quick. Second Esdras. Let's go to there's a bunch of these martial laws in here. Let's go to 21. It says, behold, victuals shall, let me start up. Yep. 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute, but for all these they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Anyway, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right. And famine is a killing instrument. The modern day sword is a gun or whatever weaponized thing to kill you. Okay. It says, for many of them shall dwell upon earth, many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay. These are the things that's coming. Martial laws at the end of this chapter, as well as in let's jump right into it. Let's see here. I'll go straight to 70. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. They shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay, this is showing you that people are going to be rifling through houses, man, like you see in these apocalyptic movies. Okay, they're going to send troops in like a flood, thus saith the scriptures, okay? Matter of fact, Isaiah 59:19, so they shall fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Well, when they come upon us, man, the elect is going to be protected, man. He's going to lift up whether that's Michael, the angels and the chariots, or Leviathan, man. These things are going to have to happen, but these things got to come show up on the earth. Okay? Let's see. Okay, Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. Okay, wars and rumors of wars must come to pass. But the end is not yet, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. People will turn on one another. It's not like we're going to have a wonderful spirit in the earth. People are going to turn on each other and turn each other in to be killed and delivered, as it says in verse 9, as I paraphrase it. But we're going to jump down to 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, capital S, Son of Man, in heaven. Who's the Son of Man? Yahushua, okay? And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Okay, showing you what's going to happen. So that's when that so-called alien invasion comes in. But it's just Yahushua and the angels coming to protect and take out the wicked of the earth, and protect the elect. Okay, and deliver the elect. To go deeper, 2 Ezra 13:3, I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Okay, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And wherever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. Okay, showing you the power of the chariots. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And what's that man that came out of the sea? That's Yahushua coming out of the heavens. The sea is also, or as in Genesis they said, the waters. Okay, like the upper heaven. Okay, because it's like waters up there, so it's like a sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Okay, came up, or and the sea also represents the people, right? And flew upon it. That mountain is the father's ship chariot, the largest ship of them all, right? It says, but I would have seen the region or place where the hill was graven, and I could not, because it went beyond the horizon line for you flathead people, okay? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. This is that war in heaven, World War III, okay? And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up hand nor sword nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, out of his lips the flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay, so these things are coming to the earth, man. Okay, this is the end. This is the final level. Are you gonna be wake up in this truth and believe? And let's not forget about all the superheroes that'll be on the earth, the elect that'll get the spiritual powers, the X-Men or whatever you want to call it. That's in here as well. Believe it or not, let me grab one more. Philippians. This is in the New Testament, just for you people. This is the third chapter, excuse me. Philippians chapter 3, verse 21. Who shall change their vow? Let me start up so you can get it. Let's see here. Yep, I'll start here. 18. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach, Yahushua. All right, the anointed. It says, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. The enemies of the elect. Okay, we're not talking about them being all so powerful. Why do you think they're making all these robots and Boston Dynamics and all of these things like this? Okay, because they're gonna. This has to be the finale. Okay, this has to be it. All right, for our conversation, because the book is written from the first person perspective of the elect, because that's the only person that's the New Testament is the only people that's going to be that deep into the book, that it comes from an internal perspective, from the spirit that's within us. Okay, out to the rest of you people that don't get it, those that are trying to get it and that may get it if they're the elect at the last minute, versus those that don't get it at all, whether you're a heathen or you're of the 2/3 that don't get salvation. Okay? It says, for our conversation is in heaven, from whence we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua Mashiach. And that's what we're looking for when we look up and we see these chariots coming, okay? Which a lot of you people are going to think it's a UFO invasion, as they're trying to sell through Project Bluebeam and so on and so forth, okay? As a false narrative, as an enemy to the people of the earth, okay? Who shall change? Look, and it says at the moment, I'm going to grab it right quick, and I'll go right back. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, it's like 50, 49 I'll start up at. 51, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed into those X-Men, those extraterrestrial bodies, man. Those that can do the celestial things and the terrestrial things, okay? And to say it that way. In a moment in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Okay? For the corruptible, this flesh, earthly flesh, must put on incorruption, that heavenly glory, like Yahushua had at when he was around for 40 days and 40 nights after he came out the sepulcher. Okay? And this mortal shall put on immortality. Okay? So that's what death is swallowed up. Now let's go back to Philippians 3, and this is talking about the same thing. Okay? 21, who shall change our vile body, okay, that corruptible, that mortal, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. Yahushua had that glorious body that defeated death. Okay? And the elect are going to have it as well. It says, according to the working whereby he is even able even to subdue all things unto himself, manipulate the elements, man, so he could fly. He could the elect will be able to fly, heal, all kinds of things, man. I don't know if everybody gets all the powers off the top, or if certain men get certain things, or however this goes. That shall be seen when that time comes. But this is the things that you have to deal with. So are you an enemy of somebody that believes that this is what we'll be getting? Okay, that believes, that understand all of these things are coming, and will need Yahushua and the angels to protect us, and been praying to the Heavenly Father through them, through Yahushua to get salvation for these things. Okay, it's an important thing, and people are playing it like it's a game, but it's not a game. Okay, so when you see videos like this, and you see these natural disasters and whatnot happening to the earth, these prophecies and these signs and these tokens, as they're called, we know that this is the end. Okay, and these things are coming to pass. Now it's time to wake out of sleep. No time to be playing games, man. But it's real. Okay, it's real. You see this crazy ass storm? Why wouldn't Leviathan show up in a crazy ass storm? Why wouldn't Yahushua show up and crack the skies when there's craziness going on the earth, man? And we're seeing the craziness brew up day by day. All right, so I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I'll give all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rachach, that belong to our apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, who teach God and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopefully late. One more again on this video, and I'll close it. Shalom.
I'm not like no expert.
Shalom.